Just now with the Wanwan and the Joy ban, I think this is something that we commonly see for teams with second pick, but now they are going to have to choose between the Kaja, we have the Faramis, we have the Glue as
Kaja
well.
Faramis.
But the problem is, it might actually be difficult. If EVOS Legends ban something like the Kaja, then Bigatron Alpha, they should be able to get the Faramis first pick if they want to go that route.
It's definitely a kind of a lose situation, I would say, because these heroes have such a valuable ult, and Valentina is already banned. Usually when you want to counter this kind of heroes that has a really, really good ult, like Cold Altar and Divine Judgment, and there you go, on cue, Faramis right away. Win rate 85% out of 7 picks so far in the season.
Yeah, I think it's the more, I'd say, safe pick right now, but on that note, we do have a comment here by Zace. The EVOS Season 11 roster is stronger than World roster. I'm honest, guys.
I'm honest, guys.
Okay.
All right, if he's
guys.
honest. If he's honest.
No.
Only because you're honest, Zace, we'll believe you.
It's because last time EVOS Legends were sent down to number 7. She said the same thing with the, I think with like season 7, season 10 roster. But now I guess he's honest, and take a look at the response. Still very, very prio and popular. Hijume on that eve, and Dreams will, well not Dreams, they will pick up Ephedrine, perhaps for Persik.
And right now, Bigatron has the option to pick the Glue without Faramis in the lineup for EVOS Legends. It's going to be hard to counter the Glue. As you can already know, Faramis is pretty much the, I'd say, the rock, paper, scissors counters to Glue. But we have a comment from Aldo. Why did I use Hanabi? Honestly, in the first game versus RQ, I was a bit forceful in using that hero because the fact is that we never lost using Hanabi in scrims. She was even banned, so I wanted to try her in MPL. Just goes to show you guys that scrims doesn't matter whatsoever. In scrims, you wanna, of course you wanna win, but the main idea of scrims is you wanna try to get a lot of training, get a lot of experimental done, and you wanna do that in MPL after you're sure that in scrims it does work. And right away, Moskov and Glue.
Yeah, props to Aldo, though, being the literally only one to try something that crazy on the MPL stage. Hanabi in the gold lane, it could have worked, but unfortunately not just yet, maybe. Very conditional. Don't want to talk about it right now. There's so much to talk about when we're talking about the Hanabi, but back into the game, we do see a Moskov and the Glue pick up right away. And this makes sense, right? Like you mentioned before, Sheffin, without the Faramis in the hands of EVOS Legends Bigatron, they're going to be free to pick this up. And when we're talking about the Glue is a flex pick. It can be put in several different lanes. In the EXP lane, it can prove to be a very huge nuisance. And if we see from EVOS Legends' recent pickup, the Lapu Lapu and the Glue should have a better time, especially before level 4.
In lane, right? Sure. Glue can technically harass this Lapu Lapu. But remember, imagine during team fights, this Lapu with that Bravest Spider perhaps can make a huge impact, creating, we saw it already numerous times, where this Lapu Lapu, this hero, is just shows why he is very meta. Now, I want to talk about the Moskov, right? Moskov against Ephedrine, a very good hero, but it's just, I guess it's just towards the mid and towards the late where this Moskov can just deal a lot of damage. So again, Bigatron needs to protect Marky.
I've talked about this last week. Hanzo ban. You know, we've only been hearing it, you know, the rumors Hanzo has been dominating, even in the roaming area. It's not just jungle. And we've never actually seen Hanzo in the roaming area. I want to see it, man. Come on, don't ban it.
I mean, to be fair, the ban by Hanzo was actually quite interesting, right? Because the person to use Hanzo this season was actually just Gar, but they are the ones to ban it. So this goes to maybe suggest that EVOS Legends, they're looking to pick someone with a really, really strong backline that isn't as, as independent as someone like the Moskov, right? Who has a CC in his kit. And Bigatron Alpha, maybe realizing that fact, they're going to ban out the Melissa here.
Again, I guess limiting options here for brands. Saying no to Melissa, and perhaps Brody might come through next. Brody,
Claude maybe?
Remember,
Claude
the carry is
work.
still open.
Carry
Yeah,
is also true.
I think Claude is better brand here. You have a Moskov in the back line and Faramis, which is kind of vulnerable. I wouldn't say vulnerable, but it's the Blazing
Juicy
Thread.
target.
Yeah, Blazing Thread is just such a nuisance to the Faramis. You know, pretty much exhausting all the HP that the Cold Altar gives you. And right away. It's gonna be an Akai ban from EVOS Legends. They're just limiting Jeskar's potential in the jungle area. And what options does Bigatron have here?
It's Martis for Jaskar. But I guess, yeah, you're right. A Claude ban will come through. Now, EVOS with the first pick. They have a burst. No, not burst. They have an EPS here. So I guess they should... They should add another physical hero that can deal damage. What are you guys thinking?
I don't know. I guess from the past, Brands has picked up the Brody and the carry before, right? But the carry and the Moskov matchup, it doesn't look too well for the carry, as we've seen, right, in the past few matches. But I'm not really sure. There you go, the Brody. I think the Brody is a little bit more safe. It is going to do a little bit better in that early game against the Moskov, but even then, he still has to be careful in that lane.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of Lunox and Harith, especially Lunox against a Glue. Once the Glue pops the split fist and becomes a parasite on the Lunox, you can just pop the Brilliance out to kind of negates all the potential coming in from that Glue. But Brody is the option for Brands. Personally, not a fan of it, especially when you think about it against Faramis against Glue. You want to have some kind of survivability, and Brody sure does have a bit of CC that he has, but he doesn't really have a dash to get out of like sticky situation. Literally sticky situation. Oh
yeah, literally. But scaling wise, yeah, sure. Brody not as good as Moskov. But early game, Brody can bully this Moskov. So let's see here. Again, the duo from the Roamers, Key and as well as Dreams should again rotate towards the gold. I still put my money on towards Moskov, but let's see execution. Now, Bigatron, Rock, and Link. He this season has played numerous Rock. It seems like it's his go-to hero this season.
But this is concerning, right? With the Ling being picked up by Bigatron, there's not really anyone from side of EVOS Legends who can lock him down. There's not a one source of reliable CC.
Stopper.
Sure, you do have the Fredrin, but it's not as you there you go. There you go. You needed a lockdown hero, and that's exactly what they go for. So the Fredrin is going to be placed in the jungle in the hands of Fairsick, and I'm not really sure how that's gonna go.
I'm not really a fan of the Franco pick. I think I would just prefer to have like a big CC kind of tanks, kind of roamer, but Franco is single target, mind you, and I don't think it's gonna be easy to lock down a single target, especially Moskov with a lot of heal, a lot of mechanics that makes the Moskov more hard to kill.
I see your point, but you're forgetting this is Dreams Franco here, Shepin. So it's a monster Franco, as we are going to see here the composition from both teams. It's set, and you're right, it turned out they need a stopper, and they added Franco. Let's see though, execution-wise.
We will see. Both of these teams have already set their composition in stone, and we're going to see exactly how they executed in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 of match number 1 between Bigatron Alpha and EVOS Legends.
Right away, my goodness, Dreams!
Exactly.
Ho ho ho! He's just proving me wrong right from the get-go. Only 20 seconds and already flicker burn from both sides.
That's just the impacts that can be created from Dreams. And take a look, Jaskar is low-key shadowed by Dreams. So again, compositions and spell, nothing too out of the ordinary. But what I can see here, Brands is very, very aggressive using that killing spree. So he wants that extra health when he kills a target.
Oh, he has to be careful here. Dreams already getting popped really low. Yurno will be able to help Moreno get that first blood, and that is going to go and fall into the hands of Bigatron Alpha.
And Dreams is still in his dreams, getting first blood to Bigatron Alpha, and right now Jaskar is trying to take the little wonder for himself. Fairsick having a bad time. 4 members of Bigatron Alpha is on the top lane. Dreams, no one saw that.
That's the problem when you have Grok and Glue as your front lines, right? It's very hard to just come in and penetrate that defense. And you can see here from that lead though, perhaps they might again replicate that same zoning pattern on that turtle.
He gonna get taken down here in the first 2 minutes of the game, and that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade up until this point. And good pickoff, but it hasn't been able to be translated onto anything just yet.
It's a roller coaster for Dreams, getting first blood, burning down the flicker from Moreno, and finally getting a kill for himself. Not really the ideal situation or ideal target to get a kill for your team, but a kill is a kill nonetheless.
Kill is a kill nonetheless. And again, seeing the setup, it seems like EVOS Legends, they want to secure the turtle. Let's see the response from Bigatron.
Oh, top side here though. The real manipulation going to get opened up. Moreno gets taken down here. Psychots might be next if he can't and will not be able to go against the damage coming in from Vernocure, but he still is able to get out. But right now, that is a 1-4-0 trade, and it's going to fall into the hands for EVOS Legend. But first Sick, he's going to come in. Gonna put a little bit of damage, but in the end, it is just only for the gold buff.
Interesting exchange in the top lane there. Just a kill for EVOS Legends. But Fear No Cure is just doing all the work against Psychots and Hijume, just burning all the resources from them.
A very good early game here from both sides, right? EVOS Legends, even though they really secured that neutral objectives, but Bigatron, they aren't far behind. So now what their main focus should be, they need to find compensation. Remember, they lost the neutral objective. They need to perhaps focus on the gold laners now before the second turtle.
We're going to see the caster's prediction here. 2 Bigatron Alpha, 4 Omwawa and Patpulong, and 3 EVOS in English desk.
We are unanimous here on the desk.
If Mirko is here, it would be a different story, but EVOS all the way for us.
EVOS all the way indeed. And now let's see EVOS Legends now with the setup. It seems like he is somehow struggling to create an impact in the early game. Still 0-1-0. Just zoning out, trying again to find the perfect wild charge. Whereas, you can see here, Dreams already got a kill. But now, again, like we predicted, their main focus is going to be in the gold lane.
This has been quite interesting, right? Because EVOS Legends, they're actually equipped with a really good pickoff setup in the early game. And even from Bigatron Alpha, they also have the same, but they're not playing as aggressive. But as I say that, right, Just Gar going to be able to steal that purple buff away from EVOS Legends, and that is going to be first put in the behind, especially that both of these teams are going to start contesting for that next turtle.
The synergy though, the Spear of Destruction gives vision to Just Gar and just retreat easily in top side. Something's happening.
Oh, we'll see what happens here. Seems like Vernocure trying to open up the map. He
back
actually
again.
goes on top of Versik right now. He is going to be able to get away though, trying to pressure him out of that, trying to open up vision as well. As you can see here, both teams trying to contest for this next turtle.
Very good delay here from Vernocure. Again, it was Just Gar not having that retribution, but now because of that delay, now Vernocure, Just Gar, they already, oh my god, outside.
Yeah, what happened? The Tournament Memory going to be able to get a kill on the board. Moreno goes down to the hands of Brands. 1-0-0 for now, but in the meantime here in the top side, Just Gar in a 1v1 situation with Versik. But look at this, Timson Blade's already been opened up here. We can see that the thing does not actually connect right now. Versik is actually going to be able to steal it away from Just Gar, and EVOS Legends going to have a slight lead with 1,000 in economy.
You know what I think? I think Versik, oh no, sorry, Just Gar, he popped that Tempest of Plate just a little too early there. I feel like he slightly panicked, and he popped that Tempest of Plate just, slight miscalculation, but it cost him the turtle.
I think the idea is just he wanted to survive, like just evading all the damage coming in before the actual retribution battle takes place. But, you know, I get the idea. You want to save the Tempest Blade to stun Versik when the retribution battle came. But yeah, a total for EVOS Legends so far, 2-3-1. It's a 1k gold lead for them. It has been quite a bit quiet game so far, Eterna.
It really has. That's what I was surprised about. I think both of these teams, they understand the pressure that they're both enduring right now in this match. They don't want to make a mistake. They're trying to play it as perfect as possible, trying to go for the objectives instead. You can see here, Dreams once again missing that Iron Hook onto Versik. Well, wait a minute here, Just Gar already receiving so much damage, but in the back line, Vernocure already being able to wipe them out. But Dreams actually goes in for his ultimate, but it actually doesn't hit. Vernocure, the real world manipulation, but also the Cold Altar has also been popped here. But Vernocure's gonna get taken down into the hands of Hijume. 2-for-1 trade. Just Gar still gonna be able to get his buff. But once again, it is still EVOS Legends having the upper edge.
Oh, another fight.
Like a wild charge. You can see the Tempest of Blades being popped off as well. Bronze trying to do what he can in the back line, trying to do some damage, but he isn't going to be able to take down Just Guard just yet.
That's a nada for me, my guy. Like, when you're playing a glue, you don't want to, get into the opposing turrets' aggro, especially when you have a Franco which just can't disrupt all of your movement. Basically, because you just can't get out from the turret aggro and it just kills you immediately.
Yeah, take a look at the gold here. Brody and Moskov. Brody slightly ahead, but take a look at both sides.
Oh no, Runacure. Okay, he's still going to be able to get out, seeing with the split as well. The turn apart memory does get opened up, but it isn't going to deal as much damage to be able to take Just Guard down. He is going to be able to defend his lane though.
3 turtles so far for EVOS Legends. That was a 2v3 exchange, by the way. EVOS 2, Bigatron Alpha 3, but still, EVOS Legends is still standing strong with the Retribution of real-world manipulation.
Real-world manipulation, but the Cold Altar also opened up here by Moreno. He is still going to make some time, but Cyclops goes in very aggressively into the back line and gets a kill onto Moreno. EVOS Legends, 1 man strong. They haven't been able to translate these kills over though, and you can see in the top side even, they actually lose a turret in the process.
Yeah, bot side take by turret has been taken by Just Guard, but what I want to say in that exchange earlier is just the recognition from Hijume, knowing that there's no way Moreno can get away, especially with that Brave Spider from Tycots 2, and Hijume picks up the glowing one, a very, very big item in this kind of situation.
First gonna be able to steal one on the bottom side. Cyclops gonna get taken down. First goes in aggressively into the mid side. The Tempest of Blades has been popped defensively. As you can see there, the Dreams was actually gonna be able to get that hook done, but look at that. The wall charge goes in and stuns the Dreams, but the killing spree gonna be able to be taken by Brand. Key gonna be taken down. That's gonna be a victim. The next one, it could be Vernocure, still able to use that flicker, but eventually he gets taken down. A double kill taken by EVOS Legends, and that is a 2-for-0 trade in favor for the White Tigers.
Brands, man, Brands, this guy's, reaction time is insane. Mark is in trouble right now. Real Constellation is gonna take him down, and Dreams still has a lot of resources to burn this man down. Another kill from EVOS Legends, 9-3, 4K gold lead so far.
I mean, Bigatron Alpha, they made a lot of mistake. Again, they overcommitting, re-engaging again, gambling plays, and EVOS Legends are able to punish.
Right now, Dream's not going to be able to land that hook just yet. Not yet so far as well. As Firstick, did he steal it? He stole it away. Right now, you can see that there is some recognition coming in from Bigatron. The Ultra already popped the Cyclops goes to the back line with the Brave Spider, and he's going to be able to take Moreno down. He goes in once again aggressively onto Vernocure, and he is also going to go down. Brands, on the meanwhile, going to be able to take Key, and that is a 3-for-0 trade once again in favor of EVOS Legends. Bigatron Alpha, they're looking in disarray.
I just love the proactiveness, right, from EVOS Legends. They manage to not just winning objectives, they manage to also find effective team fights, and now they look on another objective in that First Lord. EVOS Legends, again, I need to say this, I love their proactiveness in Game 1.
Very, very good showing so far from Brands, and we're going to see the instant replay for that exchange at the bottom lane. This is one thing that I don't like about Vernocure. He's been playing blue, like he has the trigger for all the teams, right? He has the say on whether we go in or not, whether he's going to pop the split open or not. But he has been using the split the wrong way. There has been a lot of targets that, it's just better for him to just let go. And right now, Vernocure in trouble.
Yeah, he's getting punished over and over with how aggressive he is, but that's supposed to be his role. But unfortunately, he's never able to get an opening like you mentioned here. But as
Watch
you
out
can
for the
see here,
grab key.
you can see the Lord already marching
Brands
there in the
gonna see
mid
it.
side. You can see,
Oh my God!
The Cathedral play, it actually is going to miss Bronze and Hijume. They actually had the foresight to see that coming. Unfortunately for Bigatron Alpha, that trigger discipline from EVOS Legends was able to get them out of that sticky situation, but you can see Dreams going in. The chain misses, unfortunately enough, but this is Hijume already opening up that real-world manipulation just to clear the waves and just to secure a little bit more movement, more space for EVOS Legends.
Brands, man, Brands, it's been 2 times right now. Just perfect flicker on the right time. He knows the keys there. Is just, this is like, Echo when, what is his name? Benny Cutie just popping the go away in Melissa, like the flicker is just so on point, evading all the CC coming in from Pikachu and Alpha. This guy is insane.
This is why he is the Kings of Marksman, right? 504. And if you know his items, he has that Blade of Hephaestus. It adds more penetration, the damage or the attack, basic attack first time after getting hit or not hitting any time for 5 seconds, anything for 5 seconds, it adds up. So EVOS Legends with that item, perhaps Brands, will definitely deal a lot of damage, and with the gold lead that they have, surely the damage output from this main 5 will be abundant.
What I noticed though for EVOS Legends is the fact that even though they have been able to snowball from that early to mid game, the problem is they haven't been clearing those side lanes properly. So Just Guard, even though he's behind, he's still able to get those turrets in the top and the bottom side. They need to be a little bit more careful. But look at this. Dreams goes in, and that is going to be bye-bye for Just Guard. But Key go back in with the wild charge onto Bronze. Is he going to be able to escape?
No way,
There's
no
so
way.
much damage placed onto Bronze right now. He's definitely not going to be able to get away.
Punish
Bronze
time.
gets taken down. You can see that Hijime opened up the real world manipulation. Key is the next one to fall. Cyclops now caught in a 2v1 against Marky. He's still able to get away. That's insane. Marky, though, still able to deal out damage onto the front line, but now Hijime forcing the flicker just to get away from the damage that has been placed by Marky. And overall, EVOS Legends, a 2-for-1 trade, but they had to lose Bronze in the process.
But it's still, you take that any day, right? 2 for 1, and right now you have the window to take the Lord. And I want to say, like, Jusker has been playing really, really well, man. If you realize just now, when First is still level 11, Jusker is already level 13, you know, 13! Even though EVOS has been dominating the game so far, and right now they're just taking the Lord without... Probably there's no contest here.
I think they shouldn't contest, but take a look at the movement. Yeah, I think Discar might look for an opening. Let's see.
I mean, he could, right? He is leading in that regard, but we'll see here. You can see Vernocure trying to bait out some resources in the front line.
Resetted.
Jesgar already there.
Go
but
time.
The Lord does get resetted over here, and that is a job well done by Bigatron here. Not really allowing EVOS Legends to get anything on the board just yet.
Interesting decision from EVOS Legends. I would probably assume that once the Lord resetted, they just want to go in because they have such an abundance of gold lead. They want to go in, and knowing that you have the better advantage at the time, but Vernocure.
Oh yeah, he's going to get caught out with the hook as well as the suppression, as the real world manipulation going to be able to backing up from the back line. Bigatron instantly tried to get out of that situation. They instantly tried to go back. As Fursic, is he going to be able to get the board?
No way!
Just Thumbs Up Blade is going to be popped in, but Ron's going to be able to get him down. Fursic still able to secure the Lord. And this is looking like a disaster for Bigatron Alpha.
No!
They're going to be able to get another man down from Bigatron. And Key is the only one in the front line to be able to clear those waves. Can they do it? The real world manipulation already opened up. Key forced to flicker away at this point. Marky, Vernocure, they're the only one that's left, but Cyclops goes straight into the back line.
Base.
So much damage has been placed, but the base is going to be the main target, and the base is going to be secured by EVOS Legends, leading the series.
1-0, unexpected result for the Tigers here. They've been playing really, really well and just translate, even though without Toss. Toss just chilling over there with his phone. Look at his face, very, very happy. Fursic showing that he still got it. No kills, but you know, as long as you get the objectives as a tank, as a jungler, all is good.
Splendid performance overall from EVOS Legends. What they managed to do is they managed to not just counter setup, just like in the Keys to Victory, they managed to also learn from Bigatron's playbook, control the early game. They got the perfect turtles, right? Securing 3 turtles, and they just controlled the side lanes, which Bigatron failed to do. And after that, it was just all green lights. For the side of EVOS Legends to just find team fights, find pickoffs, they were ahead above 5k gold, which of course, it translated towards the damage. Bigatron, they aren't able to secure that mid game towards the late game where it might be Marky's game time. And that's just it. I mean, EVOS Legends, with the discipline, they managed to just control. Again, taking Bigatron's early game playbook and just translate it in their own.
Yeah,
What I found very impressive about the game was the fact that EVOS Legends, they played so safely in that early game, right? They had to wait for when their power spikes started to show, when they needed to wait for Brody to come online, they needed to wait for the Yves to come online, and they also needed to wait for the Lapu Lapu to come online. And when all of these members had their power spikes click in, when the real world manipulation was already available, when the bravest fighter was already available, that's when they really went on very aggressively onto Bigatron and was actually able to get so much out of those team fights.
Yeah, definitely. The key is what you said right there, Eterna. Taking the fight when you're confident you're gonna win it. And so far, you can see Marquis just kind of disappears, right? There's only one exchange that I remember when Marquis just shows off his potential. But credit to Psychots, credit to Versic and Dreams, just the pseudo pressure that this guys has put to the opposing gold lane or opposing marksman as a Moskov is just insane. You know, Marquis, no impact at all. And I don't think it's on Marquis' fault, you know?
It's not his time. It's not. He hasn't secured his items. Because remember, Moskov needs 3 items, right? Corrosion, Golden Staff, and as well as that DHS. That is the time when Marquis can really pop off. What EVOS Legends does, they get that early game, they controlled Marquis' farm, and that's why Marquis, minute number 15, 14, the damage wasn't enough.
Yeah, as you can see, like, this building erupts, man. You can see, I think you cannot hear it, but there's been some chants here, and it actually, my heart's just pounding right now from the drums sounding from behind me, and we can see the items here for both of these teams. Connie take over.
Yeah, like I said, he finally got the items right, Corrosion, Golden Staff, and as well as DHS, but at that point, they were far too behind. It's just struggling to see, to watch a Bigatron Alpha. It's hard for them to find an effective fight, but credit to Jaskar. You're right, Jaskar farmed the heck up. Even though they were behind, he managed to find the right farms. He managed to push the waves topside. And EVOS Legends, though, take a look at the stats. All positive. Hijume not taken down. Versic with 11 assists. Versic, usually we see him on an assassin, but on a Fredrin, it seems like he is creating that statement that he is also here to play.
Look at Brands, though. Talk about trusting your teammates. You know that there's gonna be a lot of pills. Even from Lapu Lapu, Psychos have been doing a great job just limiting the potential from Marquis. Brands built all damage items, you know. There's a lot of, you know, Free No Cure, as you can see. He got a kill against Brands one time, but overall, Brands is just very brave, just itemizing all damage items, man.
It actually poses the question with the performance that Vernokir had in that game. I'm wondering why they didn't opt for Sorizo more. I think whenever we saw Sorizo play in that EXP lane, he had a lot more things to say about it. He was able to win his lane and being able to come into the team fights in the other regions of the map and actually have an impact. But in that game, I didn't see that reflected by Vernokir.
Maybe the game plan is gonna be the same like they did in the Aura game. Maybe now Sorizo will be subbed in, but yeah, there's no confirmation. But yeah, game 1, don't let lane snowball was also one of the approaches. Now let's take a look at the post game here. 3 categories, 3 titles will be secured by the side of EVOS Legends. 2 of them will be secured by Bronze himself, being the rich guy and the carry. Meanwhile, the jungler will be the forgotten one. Here, No Cure as a glue will have that sandbag. Now, let's take a look at the team fight participation. Brand still being the most contributor in that game.
I can't get over it, right? Every time we see EVOS Legends play, we always see Bronze getting at least two categories, right? He's always the rich guy, and he's always the carry. And how is this possible? He's just been so consistent over the past few days, and given different type of heroes, and he's still been able to perform. He performs on the Brody, and you even mentioned right in the drafts, like